When you're in the MyItLab, and you're in your course materials, you've got the text that shows up in here. If I click on it here, you can get the text here for an iPad or this. If I click on here, it will show us the book on the internet. Got the book. If you need to go to a page like 512, you can just type it in right there rather than clicking to get there. And it shows the book there. And if I'm on that page here, I want that there. That was a search, okay? If I want to get into a page, you click on this little thing here. Like, let's say page 477. So it's showing an assignment there. You can print it out. What I want to do now, I'm going to go back into the course materials here. What I'm going to do, hit the back button again. Takes a second. We're doing Excel. Very quick overview. We're doing chapter 1, okay? So you got videos. You click on the videos here. You can click on a video. You could watch it. I click on this thing here. It will start playing here. It goes through these things here. You may find these useful.
The OKOS worksheet.
Hit the back button again. You got that there. You got the quizzes, which are online. When you're doing these things here, you got to do them from beginning to end. You cannot pause them. Some things you can pause. If I try to pause something, you got to finish it. Make sure you have enough time. Give yourself a half an hour. Some of them are pretty quick. Next thing, we have simulation activities. These are important. They go through a lot of things here. This is in progress. You can pause it. So if you have 10 minutes, you could do 1 or 2 things. I'm going to go over this. Click on here. It comes up. You should typically do this in Mozilla Firefox. Even though I'm using Chrome, I'm using my home computer. If you're in the middle of something, or you have to go back, do you see what says save and submit? You click on submit when all 23 questions are done. You do get 5 attempts. You click on save. So what it is here, you do the instructions that are shown down here, and you have learning aids. You can read instructions which come from the book, which you saw before. You can watch another little video.
Click cell C5, type 475.5, and then press enter.
So I'm going to go into C5 here and follow things exactly. If you sometimes a capital letter, you know what I'm saying. In D6, it's going to be 0.755. I didn't type that 0, but I should have. Sometimes it will kick you out. Change the value in F7. It does a good job of emulating the actual PC environment. This will work on a Mac, okay? And now I want to display formulas. Last thing here, click on formulas. You could click on evaluate formula, error checking, show formulas, or the control tilde. So we've got that. Now let's say I have to get to another class. I had a few minutes to go to the lab or work with my laptop. I click on save. But before I do that here, you've got learning aids. As I said here, you got the practice, the watch video. You've got accessibility. It loads it in here. You get this window here. This will help you change languages, depending on your flag. You've got things in here, the speech, the tracking. If you have limited vision here, I could say save. And see how big my mouse is here? So you may appreciate this, okay? And let's say you need the keyboard. You can tap there. So you've got a lot of things here. These are the simulation activities. And I'm just going to click on save. I'm going to say OK to save my results. Okay. Now, last thing I want to talk about, we're doing this in a class, but if you're doing the grader projects, those are the only mandatory things here. I might be assigning other things, and I will tell you. Grader activities. So what it is here, I took this before, but if I click on here, it takes me to this screen here. You download the materials. I click on it, and let's say I save them. I will have those here. I'll say download. I put these already in here before, but I'll just say replace here. And then I'll click on download here. You could do it as a zip save. Make sure you're doing it from your account, nobody else's. Otherwise, you both get a 0. You've got the file here, which are the instructions, okay? This comes up, enable editing. I would suggest printing it out and viewing it. I'm going to go back into here. I worked on the assignment. Open up the Excel spreadsheet. I do all the work, enable editing, and you do everything. It's done. You save it. I'll just say save. It's not done. If I'm going to do this, I choose the file, and I go into here, and then I'm not going to click on upload. Otherwise, my good grade will become a 0 because I did nothing. You upload it, and then you go into the step 4. You click on submit for grading. It shows the final grade. And let's say you got an 82. You wish you had done better. You get a second opportunity to redo it. There's a report that you can get that will show your mistakes. Look at it, go through it, fix the file, resubmit, and you can get 100.